Legend has it that at the time of the construction of the soldiers built the mausoleum, they were all buried with the king. But surprised everyone is a foreign archaeology professor happened to pass by here. Then he actually took away Genghis Khan's treasure. It's a scepter made of gold. It is said that the secret of Chen Wai Shi Khan's tomb hidden in the scepter. At the same time, a group of men in black are hidden, fully equipped, ambush in the dark, camp quietly opposite the royal church in the Vatican. Determine where the guard's song is. They took it in a black backpack, get a special crossbow. Then the captain stood up straight, carefully observed the situation round. By the time he started the engine, a 5-claw hook made of titanium alloy fly to the opposite side. Then, all of them in an unknown way, Bad Devil landed at the royal church. But now, the guard outside still doesn't know the situation. After making sure the surroundings are safe, the man in black shot down the guard at the door. Then they quickly move to the next place. The people in black keep walking without making any sound. After they entered, the captain suddenly discovered the second layer of defense. The captain raised his bow and shot down the first guard. Simultaneously, the alarm bells of the church also sounded, then continued to solve the second name. Just like that, the bodyguard was killed, and the enforcement team protecting the royal church was late. Right now, they are guarding and observing the situation in front of them. At the same time, the siren sounds outside also got everyone's attention. The priest hurriedly beckoned everyone to hide inside. It was at the time when the priest wanted to comfort everyone. Then there was a loud explosion. Later, the men in black installed a bomb on the wall. The captain pressed the button and a loud bang. A hidden hole in the wall is revealed. After safe confirmation, they go on a mysterious path. Their aim this time is the document about the scepter of the Khan. He went to the front of the wooden cabinet. A search very quickly found out about the staff. It was top secret information from the Soviet Union. But by noon the next day, the old king in prison asked a lawyer to find a wife. Super thief husband said he agreed to spend 100 million. Let them find it document again about the scepter of the Khanov. But when Tom and his wife went to the prison, the old king was soon assassinated. The clue here is broken, but Tom still hasn't given up. He took his wife to the old king's house. The person who received them was the adopted daughter of the old king. Come to the old king's office. Tom's wife found the hidden safe very quickly. They actually found a seal in the safe. Even more mysterious is that on the seal there is an inscription. Later, Tom took out his cell phone and looked up information, address, and the real address is a photo studio in Hong Kong. But what Tom doesn't know is their every move. All are tracked by members of the Shadow Organization. 3 people on a plane to Hong Kong. After walking and searching, they found that photo studio. Like when they walked in, members of the Shadow Organization have also arrived. After entering the room, Tom gave the stamp to the uncle at the front desk. Confirm is correct. He signaled for THRE people to enter the inner room. Go through security checks. They gave the seal to the old woman for a final check. Then the old woman took out a box from within the insurance way. When opening the iron box raw next to the pocket files, inside there is only an old videotape. When they watch video content, the end of the tape, everyone was surprised. Turns out this is about the Soviet era related to material, the secret of the scepter of the Khan. But when 3 people step out, members of the Shadow Organization prepare to go out. Tom and his wife are fighting the enemy. The motorcycle was taken away by an employee of the Shadow Organization. Tom and his wife are also keeping an eye on Athens clues. Hear the news. There is a mysterious organization appearing in Vietnam. 2 people immediately flew to Vietnam With the help of a friend in Vietnam, they have reached a mystical club. But as soon as they entered, they were stopped by security. Turns out there's a weird rule in this club. All new guests here must pass the game. Only at the entrance of the ring below can they enter. But when I discovered that the ring was very fierce, Tom's wife immediately decided to fight for him. However, when she saw her opponent, she promised. She turned her head and wanted to escape from here. It turns out that she and her sister promised to be enemies, but when they were about to leave, they were discovered. Tom was just brought back to the ring. When you promise to see the person coming, the battle is inherently simple, has become much more cruel. Under everyone's cheers, the war between the two has officially begun. I promise to be angry loud to cut her madly. Maybe because Tom's wife mentality can only defend, can't attack. But I promise not to give up, keep cutting down. Obviously, she promised to take her life. At the end, Tom's wife said sorry. But when I heard this, I promised to be even more fierce. Two women duel. Tom's wife is injured. The battle seems to have ended. Then she promised to keep on attacking. Tom immediately fainted on the spot. But when she wakes up, the one who is dressing the wound for her is the sister I promised. Turn out after the last match, I promised to forgive you. But what surprised her was that it was only one day before defeat. The head of state actually sent a secret army go to Egypt in search of this magical weapon. After sacrificing thousands of people, the team finally found the entrance to the pyramid. By the time they get inside, discovered the coffins and gold and silver pharaoh statue. First, immediately take a photo. They must proceed as quickly as possible to the Central Highlands. Like when they're busy, the assistant found a mysterious package in front of the coffin. When carefully opened, a plate made of metal and identified appeared in front of everyone. The assistant immediately said that the legend turned out to be true. Harsh spirit does exist. At this point, the general personally offered this weapon to the leader. The assistant listens, salute military style, then start packing and shipping the coffin. Gold is back. They ship on tracks like the unexpected happened. An unexpected group of unknown surround them from all directions. The general immediately opened fire. Because of a sudden sneak attack, half of their troops were killed. Unstable situation, immediately ordered to withdraw, and then jumped into the coffin containing the coffin to warn the car to withdraw. The car leaves first. The underlings who didn't even get on the car just beat them up. The mysterious group of people then started running into the pyramids. However, the soldiers left in the tower. I also heard the sound, but then they were killed instantly. Before dying, the assistant grabbed the man's necklace. After struggling for a while, he refused to let go. Knocked the assistant unconscious. Then the mysterious people went to her cellar. But the golden coffin was stolen. They decided to follow the track that escaped Kier. The leader saw the assistant, who was not dead, immediately abandoned him, let his death serve their interests. After the fierce fighting, General successfully escaped with gold and coffin. But the mystical organization didn't give up. At midnight, a steam train slowly entered the yard. When arriving at the train station, the general couldn't wait to jump out of the car. At the same time, the Gestapo in the court also jumped off the train. Then the general ordered to keep Siapas's coffin. The other troops and ships were taken down. But when two people talk, a group of troops with full weapons suddenly appeared in front of them. At this time, the general slowly walked over. A soldier got off the first car, calmly walked in front of the general. Immediately after that, the orders of the superiors were conveyed. The order says that they must hand over the coffin of Siapas. superiors will move it somewhere else after checking the documents and confirm that they are correct. The general gently nodded, said that he would order the executioner to act, then turn round and read out loud the orders of your superiors. But when walking near the Gestapo, General said 24 hours ago, superiors have been assassinated. Obviously, the regular army on the other side is a fake. The general said to the Gestapo, Project Athena is the future of the empire. Now full command is assigned to take Gestapo. Then the general holds a gun and shoots bullets at the enemy. Firing moment. Didn't forget the order for his subordinates to start the ship. The fake people were shot dead on the spot by the general. But the unexpected is his soldiers had begun to suspect each other. First they used the shogun's death as an excuse. Then they really wanted to throw away Chepasha's coffin. But the assistant can persevere. Believe in performing assigned tasks. I believe this is their secret weapon to turn defeat into victory. But half of the soldiers agree with the way to destroy the coffin. They think the coffin is a curse. Use this place to exchange for money. Now, the assistant takes the status of a superior. Start giving orders to the opponent. Like stubborn soldiers, still steadfast with my choice. I want to kill the traitor in front of me. Immediately the train entered the tunnel. I don't know who shot first. But then, the fierce battle between the two teams has officially begun. Right now, a group of people on the beach look very strange. After getting off the bus, they talk to the man. Turns out to be a member of the shipping Gestapo team. See past his coffin. Are the lucky ones who survived the war. On the train, two police chiefs step down from the sideline. They ask to present relevant documents. They can only pretend to be foreigners, do not understand each other's language. But when the sheriff got on the boat, he saw military boots, special of the assistant. Turns out at first glance, he looked at Ra. These people are wanted prisoners. At this moment, the assistant looks at the items on the ship. The sheriff also went to check the creaking coffin. But the stupid sheriff only values gold. He really missed a chance to rule the world. Then the Nazi plan of Athena finally started to be done. Document receiving assistant. Start reading the mysterious ancient language. Kalpasar, the divine embodiment of Athena. I summon you to give me your strength. I want the power to control water, air, rule over those who will hurt us. Whether living or dead in the kingdom, will all help us to dominate. After reading the spell, the stone clock above the coffin suddenly don't shake the ground. In Secret 7 everywhere are sparks and lightning. He absorbs all the lightning in the secret room. These mysterious forces seems to be transforming his body. From there the legend of a terrifying character was born. And one day later, a group of archaeologists discovered their graves. The woman found a crowbar. With the concerted efforts of everyone, more than 2,000 years old dusty Kraupa's tomb unearthed. How surprising, original location of Kraupa's coffin. Now it's empty. When she walked briskly to the corner of the grave, skeletons appear in sight. Assistant found the curse of the Kraupers on the wall. The meaning of the curse is roughly as follows. Anyone who disturbs the peace of the holy tomb will be cursed by Chepasha and go to a painful death. The woman after that found a necklace with a picture of the Kira organization next to the soldier's body. When they were about to contact their superiors to report the situation, then the intercom rang. Gunfire and shouts of teammates. The security team next to him was immediately on high alert. But what comes will have to come. Under strong enemy fire, their security team was quickly slaughtered. Then from the passage of the tomb open, a group of fully armed enemies stormed Ra. When the leader steps in front of the woman, he asked the woman, "Where did Siapas's coffin go?" "But you really don't know." Then the leader said, "Take the woman to Theo." Everyone else killed. No matter how you beg, the opponents still opened fire on her teammates. But as they drove about to leave, then the leader suddenly pressed the explode button. The entire pyramid has existed for more than 2,000 years, mercilessly destroyed by him.